What would you do if you found yourself in a haunted house? Do you believe in ghosts and the paranormal? Why or why not? Hello and welcome to the Horrors YouTube channel. If you enjoy spine-chilling horror stories and suspenseful mysteries, make sure to subscribe for your favorite tales. My name is Jack, and this is the true story of what happened to my wife, Emily, and me during our honeymoon in Australia. This story is so terrifying that it still haunts us to this day. We were thrilled to explore a new country and start our new life together, but we had no idea what awaited us. We found a beautiful old house on a vacation rental website. The house was perfect, charming, secluded, and surrounded by stunning Australian wilderness. The owner assured us it was a popular rental spot, despite some odd rumors. He brushed them off as silly local folklore. We arrived at the house late in the evening. As soon as we stepped inside, we felt a chill in the air, even though it was summer. The house was old but well-maintained, with antique furniture and creaky wooden floors. There was something eerie about it, but we were too excited to pay much attention. Our first night was peaceful, but strange things began to happen the next day. Emily woke up with scratches on her arms. We thought it was just from the bushes outside, but we couldn't remember her going near any. As the day went on, we heard faint whispers and footsteps, but we were alone. The noises were easy to dismiss in daylight, but they grew louder and more persistent as night fell. That night, we heard a loud bang from the kitchen. I rushed down to check, but everything was in place. The next morning, we found all the chairs stacked on the table. Emily was terrified, but I tried to stay calm. I called the owner, who again dismissed our concerns, saying it was probably the wind or our imagination. We spoke to some locals who shared chilling stories about the house. Many renters had experienced strange occurrences. Some heard eerie voices, others saw ghostly figures, and a few were even injured. Most people left the house within days, too frightened to stay. Ignoring the warnings, we decided to stay. On the third night, things took a terrifying turn. Emily woke me up, trembling and pointing to the corner of the room. There, we saw a shadowy figure watching us. It was gone in a blink, but we were both paralyzed with fear. The following day, we tried to leave, but our car wouldn't start. We were trapped. That night, the terror escalated. Doors slammed shut, furniture moved on its own, and the whispers grew louder, almost as if they were trying to communicate with us. Emily was crying, and I felt helpless. We finally managed to leave the house the next morning, abandoning most of our belongings. We drove to the nearest town and stayed in a motel, too scared to return. I called the owner, demanding an explanation, but he simply said no one else had ever complained as much as we did. Back home, we tried to put the experience behind us, but the memories still haunt us. We later learned that the house was built on land where a family had been murdered in the early 1900s. The spirits of the victims were said to haunt the house, seeking revenge on anyone who dared to stay there. To this day, Emily and I avoid talking about our honeymoon. It was supposed to be the happiest time of our lives, but it turned into a nightmare we can never forget. This story is not just a tale, but a warning. Be careful where you choose to stay, and never ignore the signs of something sinister. What would you do if you found yourself in a haunted house? Do you believe in ghosts and the paranormal? Why or why not? Have you ever experienced something paranormal or know someone who has? Share your stories in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more terrifying true stories. Thanks for watching.